I've had a few people asking me about Mr. Trump's immunity as president when it comes to this idea of the inspector generals that he has tried to remove, but are saying you didn't follow the law, Mr. Trump. So I'm not sure that we're going to do that actually. And some people are saying, well, Mr. Trump has immunity. Let me walk you through a piece real quick in the immunity case to explain why immunity is not going to be an issue here. First of all, let's take a look on this first page. It's Trump v. United States, in case you were wondering, number 23-939, decided July 1st of 2024. So I bring you to this page so you can look it up yourself if you're interested. But let's go to another page in the syllabus. Here we go. On page 2, this is the syllabus. So this is kind of like a condensed version or Campbell's soup version of the entire opinion, which is quite long. But I'm pointing right here to the sentence that's important. The reasons that justify the president's absolute immunity from criminal prosecution for acts within the scope of his exclusive constitutional authority do not extend to conduct in an area where his authority is shared with Congress. So if whatever he's doing has to be approved by or looked at or affirmed by Congress, that's not going to be included in his immunity. Now you may say, well, that's a syllabus, and you can't really rely on the syllabus for citing law. That's correct. So let's take a look at the decision. So here we go. This is page 9 of the decision, or page 17 of the PDF, depending on how you're reading this. Let's take a look at B there, right below B. It states, but of course, not all of the president's official acts fall within his conclusive and preclusive authority. As Justice Robert Jackson recognized in Youngstown, the president sometimes, quote, acts pursuant to an express or implied authorization of Congress or in a zone of twilight where he and Congress may have concurrent authority. And then we're citing that case there. The reasons that justify the president's absolute immunity from criminal prosecution for acts within the scope of his exclusive authority, therefore, do not extend to conduct in areas where his authority is shared with Congress. So for those out there worried about this immunity blanket covering Mr. Trump for every single solitary thing that he does, that's just not true. If he's sharing some kind of act with Congress, and you can take a look again at Article 2, and you can see where Congress has to approve what he's doing via checks and balances, right? So the appointment of judges or the termination of inspector generals, he shares that power with Congress. Congress has to approve what he's doing. And in any of those situations where Congress is involved, presidential immunity is not going to attach. So keep that in mind, everybody, and I highly recommend taking a look at this case whenever you're starting to feel a little bit concerned about immunity, because you have to go line by line in order to try to figure out what the U.S. Supreme Court is saying.